Ever since I was a little kid, the human body has always fascinated me. And I've always wondered how things work, how our bodies function, what's really happening. And because of my interest in science and research and a little bit of medications, I decided to take up a bachelor's of pharmacy. While doing my bachelor's of pharmacy, I was exposed to various different fields and opportunities. And the one that caught my eye was formulations, which is pharmaceutics. In formulations, there's this one small part for cosmetic formulations. I've always been a great had a great love for art, and having this passion for art and this interest in science and formulations in particular is kind of what pushed me and led me to take up my master's in cosmetic science. Once I decided that I wanted to do my master's in cosmetic science, I decided to apply to Rutgers for the MBS program, and that's how I ended up doing a master's in business and science at Rutgers University with my science concentration in personal care. Two reasons that play a big role into why I decided Rutgers was the best choice for me. And one of it starts off from one of the most inspirational person in my life, and that's my mom. My mom started her academic institution for kids and an abacus center 8 years ago. The way she moved through the entire process really inspired me, and that's what drew my interest into business and management. I've, and also because cosmetic science is such a niche field, when I was looking at it as a master's course, I could only find a very few universities offering it. And while I was searching, towards the end of my application, I came across Rutgers MBS program, which was an amalgamation of cosmetic science and business. And it was the perfect platform for me to learn not just the science behind formulation, but how to break my idea and formulate it in a laboratory and bring it into a consumer's hand. And because Rutgers provided me with that opportunity, I felt like it was the best choice and decided to choose Rutgers over the other universities that did accept me and I had applied for as. The personal care industry is so colorful, vibrant, and dynamic. As you can see, I'm probably kind of the same, so I feel like it aligns so well with my personality. And on top of it, it's the kind of industry that challenges not just your scientific knowledge, but your creativity, and it gives people the opportunity to be who they really want to be, you see. And that's what I love so much about this industry, the fact that there's so much of creativity and science backing up all of that it fascinates me to an extent that makes me want to be a part of it. And it's so challenging, especially in today's age where uh, regulations are changing and people are being so much more aware about what's going into their cosmetics. It is one of the best industries for me with my personality to be in. In me identifies with my core values. And my core values stem from the environment I was in growing up. So, growing up in Dubai and then moving to India and moving around to different places and different schools, I've always been in a very diverse multicultural environment. And this has played a huge role in me as it's allowed me to meet and converse with people from different walks of life. And that has taught me acceptance. So, one of the first core values that I, as a leader, would identify with would be acceptance. Now, being the person I am, being someone who loves to innovate and create and socialize with people and loves networking, I've been part of the student council since high school. So, moving on from being a prefect to a head girl, and then even in college, being the culture secretary and then the president of the Pharmacy Association, I've had to take a lot of decisions, and taking decisions for a group of people means being accountable. And that would be the second value that I, as a leader, would identify is accountability. Accountability and the courage to make decisions and follow through with your decisions. Next, what comes in line right after that, which I believe, and is a new term that I've learned, is empathy and circle of safety. So, with my previous experiences and the opportunities that I've had working with different kinds of people and different age groups and cohorts, I've learned that you need to be empathetic to everybody. Be they are ancillary staff, be them management, or could just be your fellow classmate. Being empathetic as a leader is so important to lead a group of people. And you need to be able to create that circle of safety which will allow them to grow and work to the best of their abilities. And looking at my past experiences and from what other people say, I believe that the leader in me also identifies with being empathetic. So, the three most core values that I do identify as a leader would be acceptance, accountability, and empathy. So, 3 to 5 years down the lane, I hope to see myself with an MBS degree um, and as a scientist in a cosmetic company, continuously learning to create products that will help change people's lives and have a positive impact in their lives. Um, Apart from just 3 to 5 years, honestly, 10 years down the lane, I want to be the kind of person who's influential, knowledgeable, and is able to create opportunities for growth and for change. So, hopefully, that's what I'm going to be. There are a list of, um, excuse the sound, there are a list of qualities I believe the future leader needs, but of the entire list, the most important is adaptability. With the advancement in technology and with changing times, I think being a dynamic leader, someone who can adapt to change and incorporate change positively into an organization, is probably the most important attribute the next future leader would need. Before I answer the question, if anyone has made it this far, wow. But what I've taken back from all my leadership interviews is to listen. You can learn a lot just by listening to other people. So listen, listen, listen. Like Mr. Eric told, listening is all you need to do at sometimes. And that could open opportunities and pathways that you thought were impossible. And this comes to the end of my leadership interview with myself. It was great and awkward talking to the camera, but I hope you guys got a little more insight on the kind of person and leader I am and I could be. And if anyone has opportunities in the cosmetic industry, in the personal care industry for me, I will leave my contact info right there.